So I'm starting on my eggplant parm bites. So we're gonna start by cooking up some eggplants. And I like to use the Japanese eggplants. They have a lot less seeds and they tend to be a lot less bitter. So I really like using them. So whenever you can find them, they're a lot easier to work with. So it makes eggplant parm a lot easier. These are really simple, and although very simple, very decadent. And I think Julie's gonna love them. A little bit of olive oil in the pan, and we are just gonna start cooking up this eggplant. I actually think it's really fun to make dishes that people see as a big, homey, comforting dish into little bite size and make it a little more elegant. I always find it's fun to play with that and get the recipe just right. So eggplant tend to absorb a lot of liquid. They're like little sponges. So you just want to season them well with a little salt and a little olive oil, and they shrink up when they cook. All right, so now that the eggplant is nice and golden, it's time to add some sauce. So we're gonna add some jarred marinara sauce. You can add whatever kind of jarred marinara you like. We're gonna add about 1/3 of a cup. And we're gonna add a bunch of basil. That way it really has lots and lots of flavor. Add some basil in there. Look how pretty that is. It smells good. And last but not least, some Parmesan cheese right on top to really give it the eggplant parm flavor. Mix that all together, allow the parm to kind of melt into the sauce. And our filling is ready. So we're gonna make these in little phyllo cups. So what you wanna do is take the phyllo out of the package, and you wanna keep it nice and moist, because if the phyllo dries out, then it just cracks and you can't work with it. So you really want to make sure you keep it nice and moist. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna put this here. And we're gonna take 1 slice of phyllo. See how thin it is? A lot of times they use this for a dessert called baklava, Middle Eastern dessert. It's very light and it gets really crispy in the oven. So what we wanna do is just brush it with olive oil. And we just wanna add a bunch of olive oil on it, and then we're gonna layer it with 4 layers. So we're gonna brush it with olive oil and then layer 3 layers on top of this one. All right, layer number 1. Now we grab layer number 2, just like that. And sometimes I also use this if I'm in a pinch to make ravioli. It works to make ravioli if you don't have time to make pasta dough. Okay, so now, time to cut it. So I've got a little pizza cutter, which I find to be a lot easier to cut the phyllo than with a knife. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it and then we're gonna cut it again in 3rds. So now we grab our little mini muffin pan and we grab 1 square, just like that, and we place it inside the little muffin tin. So it becomes like a little pocket that we're gonna fill. And we're gonna add a little bit of eggplant parm filling right in there. And then a little bit of the mozzarella. We're gonna add a little bit of the cheese right on top and some parmigiano on top of that. That's it. Pop these in the oven at 450 for 15 minutes.
Oh, I love eggplants.
Right?
Oh my God.
The eggplant's delicious.